Oh well. Anyway, I still have my pack
Um,
of Twizzlers. I'm over there. Oh, yeah, I want some Twizzlers now. I say, which is funny because I'm off tomorrow night. I'm like, do I want to go to the movies? But if I go to the movies, what do I want to see? It's like two
now
options.
what you want to do is you want to get on Final Fantasy and get to level
Yo,
10,
you
just level
stop
10,
fucking.
and then
Damn it.
do some chocobo races with me, Kevin, and Cameron.
You're gonna be waiting a week. You're gonna be waiting a week before I'm talking about specifically tomorrow. I'm realistically tomorrow because I know if with my with y'all, god damn, when y'all don't listen, then I tell y'all I have crappy internet. I have crappy internet.
Oh
So
yeah, no, I feel
you
you.
know, I don't have megabits per second. I got probably like kilobytes per second.
It
I actually
was-
hold on. We're gonna run this right now. Hold on, because I'm curious myself. Granted, I got people running other
oh,
electronics in the
I got
background.
some. No, 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 no. I know exactly how you can test this. Hold up. I'm gonna send you the link.
Uh,
Because you see, whenever Final Fantasy comes out with a new expansion, they put out what's called a benchmark. Uh, it tests your computer to see how well the game would run on your system.
so if anybody wants to know what my internet speed is and why we do not do this live, this is why. I have 3.82 megabits per second download. Eesh. Upload. I don't even have a megabyte. I got
Mm.
0.23 upload speed. Now, granted, people are running using the internet right now, but this is what I run with. This is the shit I got to deal with.
That's what happens when you try to have internet from Mars.
Well, I'm trying to get that internet from Mars. You know, Elon Musk got that Starlink internet. I'm still waiting on that. I pre-ordered it, and summertime's almost over, man. You said summer.
Yeah,
So unless you're talking
yeah.
about August or September, or hell, even October, just give me this damn internet before Christmas. Be my perfect Christmas gift. So now we could do this live. We don't have to worry about all this other mess. But
That'd
whatever.
be nice.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, welcome to the Just for Fun Games podcast. I'm your host Nick. That's Azzy, and I don't know what we're gonna talk about today. What are we talking about today? I was like, oh yeah, the EA Play.
There was a little something.
There was that EA Play, conference. What did you think about that?
I like to think that I ain't give a shit
Damn, man, you are critical like a month
until the end.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean
Well,
it was like nothing about it was inspiring or different or nothing that you wouldn't expect from EA.
uh,
EA oftentimes is the vanilla flavor of the big game corporations. It's like, I mean,
yeah.
tastes all right.
Tastes like
Prefer
chicken.
chocolate.
Hold on. Yeah, I
Ice cream
mean,
in North Carolina tastes like chicken. Just ruined the ice cream metaphor.
I mean, I did like what's it called? Lost in Random. That looked pretty good. Might end up checking that out. But yeah, of course, what stole the show and everything for us.
The only thing that mattered.
Dead Space. So finally, we get in that Dead Space remake. Oh, they
Twinkle,
almost,
twinkle,
which
little
I
star.
appreciate. They almost took our idea. Almost. They just should have had the host in there, and the lights just kick off, and then play the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That's how they should have did it.
Yeah,
But either
yeah.
way, I'm
That
not
would have
complaining.
been
I'm not
great.
complaining. We get into the damn thing. So, but what was interesting is I have the reaction video. Y'all can check it out. I'll probably put a link somewhere. I don't know, probably down here. But what was interesting is one of my gaming groups, I had posted the trailer, and I was like, yes, it's coming. Their response, fuck EA. I'm like, okay, I can understand that. That's totally understandable.
It's understandable, but EA is not the one. EA owns the developer that is making the game.
Yeah.
Yes, they suck, but we're getting Dead Space back.
Which I'll say, I didn't respond to it. I was just going to leave it alone. And by the way, if you do watch it, sorry, Angry Growth, though, I'm going to have to call you out. So, he posted a link to another YouTuber. I'm not going to post it up here because I ain't trying to start no goddamn YouTube war over this. But basically, the video was laying how, EA pretty much killed this franchise. Which, in turn, yeah, they kind of did. The studio that was originally behind it, Visceral Studio, closed down. Because, I can't remember why they closed it down. I'm not going into details about that. But overall, Dead Space, through EA's eyes, wasn't a very successful franchise as far as sales numbers. Now, granted, it has following. Like me, I care about that stuff. But in the video, he kept bashing all the lore and like the graphic comics, the books, the novels, and the movies and stuff. And it's like,
in what way?
Like,
in what way?
Like because see, this is where I want to bring up my history with this damn game, but I'll mention that later. He was bashing the animated
because
he was bashing the animated comic, the one before the game came out. And I was like, yo, and I'm sitting there like, that was what made me want to play the game.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'll say I should have sent you this video ahead of time, but I was like, you know what?
I don't need to see no bullshit.
Because to me, like, this person who made the video, clearly not a fan of Dead Space. If you are a true fan of Dead Space, you wouldn't be bashing stuff like that. The first novel, the second novel. Let's even go even further. This was this one right here was the animated book. What he got?
Steamy erotic novel that came out 4 years later.
Shut up. I got all of the Dead Space stuff. I love Dead Space, but the bashing was unnecessary. Yeah, I will give it credit. Yeah, EA is taking advantage of a situation that's happening right now, which is they seen the success that Capcom has gotten from the remake of Resident Evil. So they.
I mean, not to mention new IPs, like AAA titles are what EA is trying to sell. Even if you're just getting the same Madden game year after year with an updated roster and new coach modes, and because of the rise in price of when it cost of development, new IPs are dangerous.
Yeah.
So yeah, they fridged Dead Space. And I can understand being critical about the direction that they took the story in each subsequent game. But the base game, the original game, was solid. Everything built up around it till the release was solid. And at the very least, what we're getting right now is that same solid foundation. Could they spiral in a whole new thing, taking an entirely new direction than what we got? It's entirely possible, and we can be open-minded about it. Because I'm sorry, if you liked Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village, then I'm wondering where you were when Resident Evil 6 came out. Because if you saw Resident Evil 6 and it was arguably a horrible game and gave up a franchise, apparently you came back.
Yeah.
Because something about it was worth it.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, I feel like Dead Space needs another chance. I feel like with 3, even though I really like 3, which is very critical, me saying I like 3 better than 2, and that's only because of story. 2 didn't have that great of a story. That was, I'm on a station, I gotta go. Gotta get out of here. But,
and you have to think about it. With current technology, what you got to remember is that, like, with a lot of games back in the day, developers would do little tricks to hide load screens.
oh,
And in Dead Space, in Dead Space, one of the telltale tricks was waiting for a door to open. You're waiting for a door open because the game is rendering that other room, and part of the thrill of Dead Space back in the day was this sounds benign. It definitely sounds benign, but back then, in survival horror games, one place that you could feel safe was when you were dealing with your inventory, when you're pulling up the menu and you're looking at your shit. Dead Space, it was all hologram based, and the world was still going. If you try to pop that thing up while there were
necromorphs.
Necromorphs. I almost called them xenomorphs and necrophages.
While there were
necromorphs around, you were getting killed. You were getting attacked.
Well,
now think about current tech, and with the solid state drive, they can make us that much more unsafe. Now imagine, because of that, they can start passing through doors now.
Well, they already
like
did that.
Transitioning from one room to the next. I'm just saying, transitioning from one that was going through the vents, but there were some bigger, scarier mofo's that I could see busting down doors.
Well, which I find funny.
Or ripping doors open.
It's funny you mentioned the whole, cutting out the loading screen through the gameplay. What I feel like is a shame that Dead Space doesn't give enough credit is the no camera cuts. God of War has gotten so much praise for this. As much as I love God of War, it had no camera cuts. They try to be slick with the loading screens, like, a little cloud covered them for like a second. That would be your loading screen.
Or like a shimmy,
but
a shimmy scene.
Yeah, but I would say Dead Space kind of did it first. The only issue with that is they had the transition between chapters when you get on the tram and you go to the next area. It was like chapter 1 complete, and then it'll cut to the next thing. But but it was. I'm not going to recite everything from the article, but the IGN article that they got up talking about the remake was talking about original, designs of the Ishimura, how they wanted certain areas to be, but due to limitations at the time, they had to cut certain things. So definitely now we're going to see a whole that was one of the things I was worried about when I started thinking about this. I hope to hell it's not a beat for beat remake. That's gonna kill the I want this to be like the first Resident Evil remake, the one that was originally on GameCube, where it was pretty much some areas were familiar. Like in the trailer, I knew what scene that was from. Because I remember there was 2 sides and there was the door right in the middle. I remember that. But what was behind, but what we saw behind the door in the trailer was the necromorph. Obviously, that wasn't presented that way when we saw it as back in 2008. But damn, I lost my train of thought.
No. I can pick up the train. I can pick up the train because that's the hallmark. That's the hallmark of a good remake. You keep some things the same for the sake of those who have seen it and played it before. But I remember, granted, for the 100th time, I would like a new graphic. Azzy is a pussy. I didn't play the Resident Evil 1 remake. I sat on your shoulder like a fucking monkey watching you play.
Fun fact.
I remember.
Fun fact. I bought one thing about Resident Evil. I will jump a ship for another console to play Resident Evil, but you were the only one with a GameCube. Hold on, here's some fucking shit going on. But yeah, so you had the GameCube. I would go over to your house to play it, and I remember one time you passed out. Now I'm playing Resident Evil Remake, and it's near the end game. They got the little forget what enemy they call them. Not the Crimson Heads. God damn. The Chimera looking Spider-Man monster looking thing.
Yeah.
and I'm walking around traveling that device that if I run, it would blow up and end your game. And that motherfucker right here, I don't know what he
Mm,
was. I don't know what he was dreaming, but he shot up like a crimson head and said, "The answer is sexist." And fucking ran back.
in my defense, I was sleeping on his floor. He had a very small bedroom. I was sleeping on his floor, and I was dreaming I was in school, and I knew the answer.
But I swear, right when he did that, my controller was cocked up like he's gonna get hit with a game. He's about to get hit with a GameCube controller right away. But anyway,
Oh,
but yeah, as far as the Dead Space, yeah, I wanted to be like that first Resident Evil game where there's familiar
yeah.
areas,
No.
but add new stuff into it that doesn't alterate.
Yeah.
That alternates the whole
Like the
story.
daughter. Like the daughter
Yeah,
in the Resident Evil 1
yeah,
remake.
Lisa. Yeah, Lisa was a whole new ending.
Yeah.
That was never in the original, but they made it work.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Oh,
I can
yes,
see,
it did.
yeah, where I can see, because one of the things I was kind of upset with the game when it finally came out, it teased it a little bit, is where you actually go on the planet Aegis 7 after, you know, trying to get the marker and stuff, and you go on the planet.
Yeah.
And you find the audio log with Abraham Newman, the guy from the motion comics. I want to know what happened to him. So we could possibly. I hope we can. So see,
You might actually see him.
You might see him, but I mean, I don't want to make him like the main guy. Be like hit, but I hope he's like crazy and you have to kill him or something like that. That'd be like a new little twist at the end. But at the same time, I feel like that would drag on and mess with the ending a little bit because you're trying to, you know, I forget what you were doing on that planet. You were trying to get the marker. Yeah,
you're trying to put the marker back. You're trying to put the marker back.
God, we got to do it
because they took the marker off the planet, brought it onto the Ishimura, and that's what caused all that shit to go down. Claire, was it Claire or Elaine?
Nicole.
Shit, I was totally wrong.
Yeah, Claire.
Nicole. Nicole told led you on the train of thought in like the final mission to return the marker that it needs to go back in order to fix all this.
Where it kind of the story kind of contradicts itself. Where at the end of 3, like I hope if this remake, if it keeps going, doesn't include those stuff that happens into.
No, I want this to be a reimagining of the. I want this to be like a Final Fantasy VII remake, where it's a reimagining of the original Dead Space, where they spiral it out in a different direction because it's like this is a second chance for them to tell the story in a better way. And after the first one, I just don't think the narrative held up.
Yeah, like the whole thing with the necromorph moons, I wasn't a big fan of. It was interesting in almost like they should have executed it a little bit better in 3.
Here's something that I'm expecting though. They're gonna be nerfing that plasma cutter. I don't think it was intentional for it to be as powerful as it was in the initial game.
No, because if you want to do a good remake, do the plasma cutter, keep it the same. I mean, make the enemies a little bit more difficult because here's where I feel like it's going to be OP. Because if they're going to take some of the gameplay mechanics from 2, the thing that was OP about that was the necromorphs themselves, because you can take the limbs off and you can throw them right back at the necromorphs. With the one,
I mean, you could do that. You could do that in 1 too, to an extent.
No, you couldn't do. You couldn't do it in 1. You couldn't do it in 1.
The ones with like the explosive limbs.
No, that's what I'm saying. You could not pick up. Well, you're talking about the one. Yeah, the one with the explosive. Yeah, you can do that. But I'm talking about just like the basic standard necromorph, where the like little blades, claws that they got.
Yeah.
In 2, you can just shoot one off, grab it, and shoot it right back, and don't even have to waste ammo. That's all I was doing in 2. I was like, well, shit. If they're just gonna let me abuse that, like, I mean, if you haven't played Dead Space, shoot them in the leg. They can't run. They can't crawl on the vents. Pretty easy. Hope they change that.
The whole like one of the main through lines of the game during development and during the promotion for the first game was the notion that you can't body shot these zombies. If you want to kill them, you have to cut their limbs off. So that's aiming for the legs, it's aiming for the arms, it's aiming for the neck. The idea is that you need to and like almost all the guns had a rotatable reticule, so you could
Or it
properly
had a
aim for what you're.
rotate. The plasma cutter had the rotatable one. I think that was the only one you can rotate. But I'm gonna tell you, this is how you play it, like that, horizontal, not vertical. Horizontal.
Hey, you can get some arms with this.
I'm shooting them legs, buddy. Shooting the legs.
There was a lot, but that, see the thing was I don't want I don't want the plasma cutter to be so powerful like it was in the original. There was a trophy in the original game to go through the entire game with just the plasma cutter, and you would presume that's supposed to be a challenge. But I know people who did that on accident in their first playthrough of the game because they just liked the plasma cutter, upgraded to max, and they didn't need anything else.
I've done it for every Dead Space game. I beat 1, 2, and 3 with just the plasma cutter. Now I'm not even.
Which kind of like negates the need to have any of the other guns. Now, granted, the other thing about it was that the guns are supposed to be improvised. It's supposed to be mechanical tools.
Yeah, just regular tools. Space mining tools.
Some of them didn't seem all that much like ones. Like there's ones that are basically assault rifles.
Well, I think they actually. I think it was in. I don't know. Was it in 1 or 2? I know it was in one of those where it was basically a rifle. It was an actual rifle gun. But
in 3, I think that was what they were.
And see, the problem
that
was what the problem was. 3, they deviated from the survival horror and did a Resident Evil 5 and just did action and co-op, and that's pretty much what Dead Space 3 was Resident Evil 5. They had action and co-op.
And I didn't even get to punch a boulder. Not a single one. Bullshit.
But yeah, I mean, I really want to play. Like, I'm trying to get like EA motive, but like, yo, hook me up with the like early play copy. You know, I really want to play this game so bad. I was shooting out messages on Twitter. I was like, yo, how do I become an audio log in this game? Yeah, like just have me like, yo, this is Roy. They're coming through the vents. They're coming out of the goddamn
world. So I actually do have a story to bring up, something for us to discuss. The state of California taking Activision Blizzard to court for excessive counts of sexual harassment. Like we learned, we already basically knew this. I mean, it's the same story that we got out of Riot a couple of years back, but arguably worse. Apparently, worse. Activision Blizzard's ratio as far as their staff, they are 20% female, 80% male, but they would do cubicle crawls, drinking excessive amounts of alcohol during the workday, and then crawling from cubicle to cubicle, making jokes about rape, telling a woman when she questioned why she wasn't being considered for advancement because she wasn't sucking his dick. Excuse my language.
I mean, I don't have the article pulled up, but I've had somebody else read it to me. Like I literally just finished listening to another podcast that pretty much laid out the groundwork of what the article Bloomberg had put out. And it's fucked up.
And what gets me is that like apparently many male staff members would spend their entire work days playing video games and leaving the responsibilities of the jobs on the female staff. And that just made me sit there and goes like, see, all this time we've been sitting around saying, oh yeah, Blizzard, they take their time with their games because, you know, they release when they're done. They don't crunch. They just take all the time they need. It's like, no, they just don't have people doing their fucking jobs.
Yeah. I wish
that's why it takes God knows. That's why we're not going to get Overwatch 2 for like.
Now, I don't condone their actions or anything like that, but.
No, of course not.
I mean, I wish I could just sit around and drink all day and play games when I want, you know, but I got responsibilities. But yeah, everything that's happening with Activision Blizzard right now, not cool, man. Not cool. I was looking at Twitter, and there was one tweet that I saw, and I'm mad I didn't save it, but it was some woman who had like reported a sexual harassment at Blizzard in 2018, and the guy they didn't find no evidence, moves on, and he finally quits his job because apparently they all this shit, whatever is going down. I'm like,
that's because HR is not there to protect you against the company. HR is to protect the company against you. So all these women going out, like this is a 2-year investigation by the state of California into Activision Blizzard. It didn't matter how many times these women reported sexual misconduct. Yeah, like that's the truth of it, and it's evident. It's any company. HR is not your friend.
Yeah,
that's basically the message.
Because if you don't know, the job of the company is put out the game, like especially like say like right now, Activision Blizzard's like hottest game that's supposedly coming out later on is Diablo 4. You don't want this bad press going up with that release, so that's why they're not even going to bother.
Man,
they're not going to bother.
We ain't getting Diablo 4 ain't coming out for until 2024. Calling it.
No. Anyway, regardless,
this is Blizzard. Like ignoring this situation. This is Blizzard we're talking about. They don't come out with games for eons, and then it comes out and it's a buggy mess like Warcraft Reforged or.
I mean,
it's bereft of content like the recent World of Warcraft expansion. 9 months. 9 months players from that game haven't been able to actually do anything. And then when they finally get content, it's like a side dish.
It's a side dish. But yeah, I mean, god damn, man. Like, pay your employees the same amount as a male employee would make? Come on now. That's the one that always kills me.
No, I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine who didn't necessarily believe that that there was a wage gap between male and female employees, and he said, "Why would they do that?" Like, and the simple answer was because they can get away with it.
Yeah,
like not to mention like there's not to mention that, like slowly businesses have curtailed a culture among the workforce of not talking about the kind of money that we're making. Like it's either rude or it's embarrassing or it puts you it leaves you vulnerable or something, or like there's like this idea that there's some kind of negative consequences to we the employees sharing what our salaries are. Because
that's one of the
things. Say you and I are working.
I'm like, don't mention your damn pay rate. Don't even say that because you're gonna piss somebody off.
Let me see. That's the thing. That's the problem. They've the workforce, the like employer-employee dynamic is essentially like if you and I were doing the same job and I'm getting paid more, I shouldn't say anything about it because then you'd get mad at me. It's like that's wrong. If we're doing the same job at the same quality, but I'm getting paid more, you shouldn't be getting mad at me. We should be actually open to share what we're getting paid, because then you need to take that shit to the boss and demand to get paid more. But we have a culture now where we like everybody keeps that shit secret because you don't want to be like crucified by your coworkers.
Yeah, like it's funny you mentioned that because that's what I was saying this morning to one of the hosts. I was like, "Hey man, you should work back here in the kitchen with us." He's like, "How much you make?" And I'm like, "I make a good amount." Oh, and I was like, they probably start you at $10 an hour maybe. And he's like, $11? That's what I make at hosting. I was like, all right, I'll be like, stay at hosting then. Don't even bother coming over here if you're only getting paid that much. And I was like, I want some money. But yeah, anyway,
it's just
Activision, Blizzard, get y'all shit together.
Let's see.
I hope
like
they get fucked. No offense, but not like fuck.
I mean, it's like the sad thing is that like if will this be like a major blow against Activision Blizzard? Like
I mean,
when they inevitably lose this suit? Probably not. They'll probably survive it just fine. And then they'll go on this big PR campaign about how we love our women that work for Blizzard. We love our
I mean,
female coworkers. They're
this
our
is
sisters, and
yeah.
we're a big family.
Now this is a whole lot worse. You remember
The guy,
when what's his name? Uh, the dude from China was doing the like little protest from Hong Kong or some shit. You remember that?
oh yeah, and Blizzard revoked their money,
His
revoked their winnings,
winnings.
and yeah, and banned them from competing.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
and
damn,
then
yo.
and fired the hosts that were like that were
Yeah, the
commenting on
commentating. Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
This situation is a whole lot worse than that.
Oh,
So
10 times.
they're going to be in a hot seat pretty much for a long time
Yeah,
now.
this isn't women coming out and like publicly putting it out there about the kind of treatment they're getting. This is a 2-year investigation by the state of California. It's
Yeah,
like Jesus.
yeah, and it's sad because I'm thinking about like the Activision games that I play, like Call of Duty, Tony Hawk. I'm like, do I even want to support a company like this if they're gonna do these kinds
Yeah,
of things to their female employees? I'm like, they ain't get my money no more. Fuck them. Sorry,
yeah.
but I still want Diablo 4.
Yeah, that's kind of the point I was getting. If we were to if like actual justice, actual accountability would be had for this company, where it would actually affect them, and they would have to start like cutting projects because can't fund the development anymore. Uh, I would actually like to see it because I would just like any sort of accountability whenever it comes to any big corporation
You know,
when they're caught red-handed. But uh, but then it definitely would mean that we'd lose out on any of those future titles. Like
hey, look,
it
man,
would
I'm just telling you. The only thing I'm looking, like I said, as far as future titles, Diablo 4, maybe Overwatch 2. Those are the only two things I'm looking forward to from Activision. You know, I don't. At this point, we haven't even seen the new Call of Duty yet, and
here's the thing,
it's
man. Here's the
almost
thing.
August.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I'd be perfectly happy with because I would be perfectly happy with Activision Blizzard being practically like reamed. And if that meant we didn't get Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, that would really suck. It would really suck. But here's the caveat. Another developer that doesn't, at least as far as we know, doesn't do the shit that that Activision Blizzard has been doing up until this point, will make a game to fill the void. That's the truth of it. And if you don't believe me, there's a company that is literally developing a first-person Gundam shooter that basically seems like a complete ripoff of Overwatch.
I
But
haven't seen it, but
I mean, I'm just saying, like, there will be a game to fill that void. In the same way as like another example, Nickelodeon is coming out with a game that looks suspiciously like Smash Brothers.
hey, they as far as the character roster so far, they know what they're doing.
Yes, they do.
PlayStation,
Yes, they do.
All-Star Battle Royale 2, when y'all coming with that? Don't even do your own thing. Just copy fucking Smash Brothers. Come on. It's not that
Yes,
hard.
just do
copy
it. Just do it. Yeah, nah.
Shit. Why are we on the
I
topic?
don't think I'd ever see. I don't think I'd ever see French Toast Man, or was it Burnt Toast Man?
It's
Shit,
Powdered Toast Man.
Powder Toast Man. I never thought I'd see him at any point.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious about that game because right now,
Yeah, we better see Quail Man too. We better see Quail Man.
that's what I said. I was like, I better have Doug. Is either Doug himself or Quail Man. I don't care. Just give me the classic Nicktoon characters. Give me.
Oh, I mean,
Rocco.
we had the chick from We had the chick from Real Monsters was there.
Yeah.
Her name started with an O.
Amelia? Something. I don't know. I can't remember that. I didn't really care for Real Monsters like that. Have Angry Beavers in there.
Classic.
Yeah. See.
Yes.
Damn.
No, like Angry Beavers be like the ice climbers, where it's the both of them, but they're like a duo.
Well, it's funny because they haven't revealed the whole roster yet. They just showed what you had in the trailer. But somebody, I think, had like a box art teaser, like with
Abelina.
Okay, there.
I need to know.
They had a box art teaser with the like silhouettes of certain Nicktoon characters. Clearly, the obvious ones was Ren and Stimpy and Cat Dog being in there. So I'm like, damn, man, it's like you just gotta put some Rugrat characters. I don't even care, you know. Who else could you put? See,
I mean, you had Danny Phantom.
Well, see,
I would actually like. I'm hoping for like one of the more modern Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the ones that came out.
See, I don't even
like
care
the
about
third,
that.
the third iteration. I know you don't, but I loved it. It was fairly recent, not the most recent ones, but still, I freaking loved it.
Hey, look, we got Helga Pataki.
Helga Pataki, man, her and her unibrow.
I'm trying to think of who else could you put in there. You know what would be perfect for this Nickelodeon? I mean, what would be perfect for this?
Jimmy Neutron.
No.
Jimmy Neutron. Timmy Turner.
I'm not even talking about. Okay. I'm not even talking about characters at this point. Perfect stages. Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Ooh, where randomly like the dudes will pop out and attack you or something, and snatch you away.
You have Legends of the Hidden Temple level. Do a Global Guts level.
Yes, it's gotta be the mountain, dude.
Double Dare level.
Oh,
I couldn't really think of anything. Nick Arcade level.
Yeah.
Do some
Nick Arcade
stuff. Oh man.
Okay.
If you haven't watched the
Nick Arcade, the game show where you had to play video games, and then you got to be in a video game, but like all the video games you got to play were like off-brand shit that you would never find anywhere.
If you haven't watched it yet, there's a documentary on how Nickelodeon was created on Hulu. A good, I think maybe an hour and 30 minutes. It's near the end where they kind of lose me because they start talking about their newer stuff. But hearing about how it originally started with I think Nickelodeon only had like 4 shows. It was Doug, Rugrats.
Play as Reptar.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If I don't get a Reptar bar this year to turn my tongue green for Halloween, I'm be pissed. I've been wanting a Reptar bar since I was a kid, and I still haven't gotten one. Nickelodeon sponsor this channel to get me some Reptar bars.
I love how they came up with the idea to choose Reptar instead of any of the Rugrats, so nobody could sit there and say, play our game where we get to beat up babies.
That's what I'm just thinking too. It's like they probably want to add them because you child abuse. I mean, but then again, we got Helga getting her ass whooped too. So, damn, I don't think.
Thank you.
See that I wouldn't want any real Nickelodeon shows up there. Like, no, I don't want no characters.
Clarissa explains it all.
Oh God, which they mentioned that on the documentary. It's like, damn, I kind of want to watch that show now. I wasn't a big fan of that show growing up. Every time it came out, it was Clarissa Explains It All.
I prefer her.
And Hey Dude that I didn't care for.
I mean, there was also Salute Your Shorts.
But Salute Your Shorts was good. Don't knock.
What was it? What was it? Wait, what was it? What was the show about the girl who got superpowers and could turn into water and shoot lightning? There you go.
Yeah, they mentioned it too on the documentary. I was like, yo, they talking about some old Nicktoon shows.
I got another stage for you. I want a black and white Nick at Night stage. I want that to be the last stage. I want that to be the final stage because that was when Nickelodeon was over for us. That was when we knew, okay, cartoons are done. We got time to go to bed.
I Love Lucy's on. Time to go to bed. but
I want Lucille Bell to come out and kick us off the stage.
But you know, Nick at Night changed us after high school when we were in supposedly college. When Nick at Night was now George Lopez, and god damn it, George Lopez was shit. I don't give a. You can shake your head and say no, but that show was.
It was fine. I just wasn't actively watching Nickelodeon at that point in time.
Oh, Nickelodeon. I've been slimed, sir. I have been slimed. Which was funny because Isaac was like, "No, you haven't." I was like, "It was way before you were born, man." It was like I was like 7. I think it was like 7 or 8 years old when we went to.
No, wait, hold on. What if? Hear me out. What if they started pulling characters from Nick Jr.?
It's me, Face, and you're watching Nick Jr. Or Blue's Clues.
Oh yeah, no. Or Nick Jr. stage. I don't know. But no, hey, I was thinking
his ass whooped.
I was thinking you can get Eureka from Eureka's Castle.
Oh no, see, I don't think they would do that. I you know who I'm gonna throw in there? Stickly. You remember Stickly? Oh no, you don't remember? Yeah.
No.
Look his ass up. Stickly. Man, I can't wait to edit this episode.
Oh yeah, I remember him. No. At the same time, I had an idea. Let's see if you remember this. Thunder Girl, flying like thunder, while everyone wonders what it's like to be me.
That show, I did not know.
Oh, you knew it. It was a sketch comedy show, and there was a section of it. There was a section of it where it was like a superhero drama with action figures, where it was supposed to be like an Avengers team, but the majority of their powers practically sucked.
Kablam,
yeah.
It was funny because I was over my ex's, and she has Paramount Plus, and I was like, "What they got up there?" You know, I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, they got Romance, they got Doug, they got Hey Arnold, and I was like, "Holy shit, they got Kablam!" Which I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off by this too, by the way, because I haven't really looked at the full library of Nickelodeon shows they got on Paramount. There's one show I feel like they don't even want to speak into existence, like it never happened, which I'm like so pissed off because I love that show. My Brother and Me. Do you remember that show?
I do, vaguely.
Goo Punch? You don't remember Goo Punch? Or
I remember my brother. I remember my brother.
I got hit.
Avatar: The Last Airbender is technically a Nickelodeon cartoon, so we could see any of those characters in this game.
I think Korra, whatever that chick's name. Yeah, I didn't watch Avatar or The Legends of Korra.
It's on Netflix. It's really good, man. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, time.
You need something to do this Saturday. There you go.
I'm trying to binge watch that shit. But yeah.
When was the last time you binge watched something other than Westworld?
Audio listeners,
exactly.
A audio spot in this podcast because I was bullshitting in my chair when he asked me what I
Exactly. Treat yourself. Binge watch something.
But I mean,
you'll like it.
But since we're talking about doing stuff on free time, what you been playing besides Final Fantasy?
I was playing. Actually, I just started getting back into. What was it? Genshin Impact and.
Yeah, I gotta play that now because apparently Aloy's a skin in there.
Yeah, it's not a skin; it's an entire character.
Well,
it's not bad. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoy it better. It reminds me of Breath of the Wild, except I enjoy this better because there's It's if you took Breath of the Wild's world and then shrunk it down so everything was a bit closer together, that's Genshin Impact. It's got like the gotcha element to it, but I've been enjoying it. Not to mention like it's got the gotcha element to it. There's still plenty of characters you can get for free that you can totally run the entire game with. That's fine. But the other thing is that, like, the more you play the game, they up the difficulty by increasing like the minimum level of all the monsters that you're dealing with. But then it kind of locks you out from playing with your friends if they don't meet the same what they call world level as the one you're playing on.
See, I might just bite the bullet. I mean, I got it on my computer, but I can't get the Aloy skin off that. I have to play it on PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, I can still
join us.
I mean, I could get the PS4 version. Is it that dramatically different?
Load times are amazing.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing we can give for games like this. Is that level loaded pretty damn fast. I couldn't even pick up my phone and look at my text.
Nah, it's like immediate, like fast travel. But no, I'm trying to like honestly, what I'm doing is I'm stalling for time until Hades comes out.
You ain't got that long.
That's the next game I'm looking forward to. I got a month.
Yeah, I've been playing this game. Everybody else been talking about, this Death's Door, and it's okay. I mean,
is it a knob or is it a handle? Is it a push or a pull?
The fuck are you talking about? Oh man, the fuck out of here with that Death's Door. God damn it.
Dot.
Yeah, because my loading.
Think about it.
Yeah.
I saw the light go on.
Yeah, it's like, what's he talking about? God, fuck out of here. I mean, everybody wants to compare this game to damn Legend of Zelda, like the old school Legend of Zelda games. I don't see it. So that's why I put so far 3 hours into it. It kind of reminds me, I want to say a little bit of like the way it's laid out is like Diablo, where it's top down. You swing your axe, or well, I don't even know if you got an axe. I know you got a sword and an umbrella as a weapon for right now, but I mean, it's an okay game. I mean, maybe I just probably got to put more time into it to get to the parts that are more enjoyable. Because like right now, I'm like, I'm pretty much trying to figure out where I need to go. Like I just beat one of the bosses, and I'm like trying to figure out where do I go from here. They're not giving me a clear direction, or I missed something. But other than that, I think it's okay.
I didn't know anything about this game. I'm looking at a little bit of gameplay right here, and it definitely looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the game looks amazing. The game I want to say 4 people made this game. Just 4 people, I want to say. But
I mean, you could still say that we're still in the renaissance of shit. What do they call them? Indie titles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which also, if we're going on the lines of what we've been playing, trying to get this. Every time I talk on this podcast, I'm always talking about a video I'm doing, or I'm gonna have it someday. But I actually got it pretty much done. I just need to upload it. I played a couple indie games from Camp PAX Online or something like that. It was on Steam, and I played a couple games up there. With the one I showed you the other day was a NO. I can't remember the sub part of it, but yeah, I played
NO Mutation.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that game looked awesome. I didn't play too much of it because I was like, I think I might wait for this. Like, if it's a game that I feel like it's doing real good with the demo and it's selling me, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna wait to play the final game. I played that,
and you know what?
Go ahead.
And you know what? I actually might have something I'm doing too.
You're doing a video?
I'm getting right. I'm I've gotten requests to watch 2 movies that I don't want to watch, honestly. But I'm gonna check them out. Give them that honest try.
Which one?
Prove me wrong that my perception was wrong.
Space Jam.
The first being Space Jam, and the second one being Snake Eyes.
Okay. You know what? I'll give you that because I think I'll check out Snake Eyes tomorrow.
I didn't have any interest in either one of these 2 movies.
Well, granted,
at all.
hold on. Only one of them right now you can watch on HBO Max. That being Space Jam. I've already seen it. I'm not going to say anything because you still fuck it. Original Michael Jordan Space Jam is the Space Jam. I'm with you on that. I totally agree. I went into this movie with the same thought. I was like, Space Jam 1 is the best. This one, I don't even give a fuck. But I watched it.
And my apprehension has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not Lola Bunny has a hourglass figure. My issue is more along the lines that it looks less like a Space Jam remake or sequel, however you want to refer to it as, and more like Ready Player One. Well, I guess this would be Ready Player 2, but they're sort of playing basketball.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I would just say, give it a try. Just give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do an episode together for the review. Okay.
Okay. All right. I was gonna do a video. I was gonna do a video where we just did them both because I still don't expect I'm gonna have a lot to say about either one of these 2 movies, but I'm going to watch them.
So we're committed.
My policy is that rather than hate something from the outside, I'll either avoid something because I ain't got money like that to be just wasting on anything that doesn't catch my fancy, or even if I am 90% sure it's going to suck, I want to know specifically why it sucks. So I need to watch it. I need to experience it, so that even if I'm hate watching, I at least know what the hell I'm talking about.
All right, Dan. I tell you what. We'll do Space Jam. We'll do Snake Eyes. When you seeing Snake Eyes?
I can probably do it tomorrow.
Okay. All right. After I'm done with work, I'll go to the movies, check out Snake Eyes. Maybe we'll do it after I get off. I don't know. Let's see. Hold on. Let me get the times for tomorrow. 5:15. Can I be there?
Let's not worry about when.
Regardless. Hold on. Let me go ahead.
We got a fluid schedule.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and put my seat down just in case, because I'm trying to go to the movies, man. It's been a while.
My movie's right there.
Cause you know I love my Alamo.
I know, and you know, like I'll be ready for Shang-Chi. This ain't worth it though. This ain't worth the theater experience.
But if you're committed to these 2 movies for review, I give you one more movie for review. One more movie that I think you might like. The Green Knight. Haven't heard anything about it?
You're gonna have to repeat the name. That's on you.
All right. The Green Knight. The Green Knight.
Oh, actually, no, I did see. I've seen the trailers. It looks, I want to say interesting, but it also looks a little bit confusing.
That's the
like this might be it might. What was that Tom Hanks movie where it was constantly jumping between like lifetimes?
Big?
I don't say it was Atlas something.
Oh, damn.
Atlas Cloud.
Cloud Atlas, whatever.
Cloud Atlas. Why'd you lead me astray? Yeah. It looks a bit Cloud Atlas like.
Hey, look,
But
I love the actor. He was, which when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, that's the dude from Slumdog Millionaire. I gotta watch Slumdog Millionaire. I watched it. I watched
he was
that like
also in the
in what Chappie.
he was also in HBO's The Newsroom, which is a really good show. He's been in several different
Yeah,
things.
but I ended up watching
Dev
Slumdog.
Patel.
Yeah, Slumdog Millionaire. Fucking good goddamn movie. Like I think it was like
Still
one.
haven't seen it. I
Still
always mean to
haven't.
see it, but I still haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it yet, man.
How the fuck?
Orange soda. Orange soda. Come on, orange soda.
Haven't seen Slumdog. You got Hulu?
Yes, I have Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
That'll be your job. I want. I don't even know. Could we do a podcast for that movie?
No, no, we can't. Unless it's gonna be unless it's gonna. I need to come up with a movie that is severely good that everyone is. We need. I need an equal or an equal or opposite movie for you to watch for us to then talk about the movies that we have missed. I gotta think. I leave this on the back burner while I try to think of something. We try to brainstorm something that I have seen that is really popular or critically acclaimed that you have yet to see. Something that's like just been like, I know.
That'll be the episode.
Same. It's got to be same energy.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Slumdog Millionaire is like up there, man. It's pretty fucking good. Like,
oh man, I remember the year it came out and everybody talking about it.
God damn, that movie, man. Fuck it. Woo.
All right.
Anyway, that's gonna be it for us today. What did you think about the Dead Space trailer? What do you think about this Activision Blizzard? What the hell should we watch so we could do a review for in the future? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, peace.
Deuces.
Yeah, there you go.
Good punch. All right, now. Good